Hey guys, Tarke here, and I want to make a rather annoyed video about something we've learned about hideouts today. This could still change, I could be reading this incorrectly, but I'm going to read it the way it's written, and then say, well, I think this might be a problem, and if it could possibly be fixed, that would be amazing. So, this is for the people who really like hideouts and like having full hideout min-max. Not the people who set up the hideout once, doesn't really affect them. So, there will be many new hideouts to discover and decorate too. We will store the decorations placed in each tileset you have unlocked, so you can easily switch between them. A big new feature is all these different hideouts, so if you're someone who's really into like hideout decorating, it's quite probable that you'll be regularly swapping between multiple hideouts, or you might just like having different layouts. You might have like a blue one and a red one and a green one or whatever, right? So anyway, being able to easily swap between them, great. The bad thing about this is this next line. So, any decorations that you have will only be usable in one tileset at a time, which means that some may be missing from other tilesets if they're used in multiple. Now, we know that you're going to be able to like save hideouts, kind of like a loot filter. So let's say I made a really cool ice-themed hideout and I want to give it to my friend. I could like save it in a text document, give it to him, and he could load it. And we'll still be able to do that. The problem is, because decorations will only be used in one tileset at a time, which means some will be missing, it's very likely that people who really like hideout stuff and really like setting up multiple hideouts are going to be in a situation where they completely screw over and destroy their previous hideouts. And depending on how this saves, if it or does it manually or automatically, nearly every single way feels bad in some sense. And if there was one way that the game just recognized, these are your decorations, each hideout is unique, let's go. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and so you can kind of picture it. So here's like a really basic like hideout room that I set up. And it's really straightforward, there's nothing that fancy in it. Just a couple of things tiled together, some floor effects, some paid MTX, and some pets. So, for example, this hideout was really built around these two stained glass windows. Now these are MTX. Because a lot of the like cool hideout stuff you have to pay real money for, it's not that simple as, well, Tarke just like farm some extra favor. For stuff like trees, it doesn't matter, because you could just farm more, and if you want to have loads of really crazy hideouts, you say just farm. But you don't really want to say, like, just spend loads of money. So let's say that it's, you know, a system where if I made one hideout around these two windows, and I wanted to use these windows in a future hideout, I'd have to like manually save the current hideout in a filter, then go into a new hideout, reclaim everything, design the new one, save that manual save. Then, let's say that Navali is the person I swap between tilesets for. I talk to Navali, I swap to the new tileset, then load up my new filter. Basically, by having to always manually load filters, you're adding extra steps in there. Another example of that is at some point you're going to accidentally reclaim something. Like when you reclaim something, it's just like reclaim. There's no warning button, so probably add a warning button. Like you can very easily be scrolling through and you accidentally reclaim something. You'd be like, oh, damn it, I screwed everything up now. Let me put it in that exact place. People aren't perfect. We're not always going to have manual saves. So here's a great example. Do you remember when you were a kid and you were playing on your Game Boy? And you've been having loads of fun, you're playing Pokemon or whatever, and you've been playing all day, and then something happens, like the batteries die on you, or you lose a fight, and it's like, hang on, have I saved in the last hour? Shit, I haven't saved in the last 3 hours, and like everything you've done that day is scrapped. We're gonna have situations where people aren't manually saving their like filter, and something's gonna go horribly wrong, and it's completely scrapped everything they've done for hours beforehand. So then people said, but Tarke, well, what if they had it so that everything auto-saves? Like, every time you make a single change, like whenever you put down a new decoration, like a filter text file is just made, it instantly saves it. Every time you move it or shuffle it, it just saves it, saves it, saves it. If you think about how regularly you rotate something, so would it save each single rotation? Then if I rotate a million times, put it here, no, put it here, no, put it here, put it here, no, hang on. I've just made like 50... like save files just in the place of putting a single table, which seems kind of scuffy. Using this fairly basic setup here, there are like 50 things here. over 50 decorations. So this would be 50 save files for a very basic setup. If it only saves once every time you press done, which is another thing that some people say, that could work quite nicely. It's probably the best middle ground, but that still doesn't help you at all against accidentally reclaiming something from a previous hideout. So that's kind of screwy. It's just a really annoying system. There are ways around it. It's not perfect. It's a lot better than what we had before, but the real fix and the main quality of life is have it so that we can use everything in each individual hideout, because people have spent a lot of money on this stuff, like using pets, for example. This account has hundreds of dollars in pets. There are a lot of things on the microtransaction store which are hideout specific, and they're probably going to add even more. They're thinking about maybe even having some tile sets themselves being on there. The kinds of people this will affect are the kinds of people who use the system. Like, the people who will be screwed over or will accidentally make mistakes and lose progress once they have multiple hideouts are people who really like designing hideouts. So this problem will affect the people who use the system the most, which is really frustrating. And also this problem will affect people who spend the most money on stuff like Hideout MTX. So yeah, if this could be fixed, that would be great. If this can't be fixed, then anyone who's going into the new league with plans of making lots of different hideouts, definitely work out how exactly the hideout system works. We don't know exactly how it'll happen, like how we make these notepads or whatever. So if we could have some more info on that, that would be amazing, GGG. I'm really looking forward to it, but I must admit I was fairly upset when I read this final line. But yes, I'm Tarke. Safety first, save your hideouts. Have a good day. Bye-bye.